So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Right, so I'm going to talk about consumer payments, and I'm going to talk about what we've learned from the early deployments of the new technology, and from that learning where we think it might go next. I'm not going to pay the slightest piece of notice to anything consumers say about it. I'll show you why in a moment. We listen to consumers about all sorts of stupid things. Remember, a third of them think that Sherlock Holmes is a real person, and yet we still let them choose the government. So there we go. So people think that payments work fine. They clearly don't. There's all sorts of circumstances where payments are too slow, too expensive, and too opaque, which was the original problem with payments when I came into the industry all that time ago. And to be honest, in a lot of ways, a lot of that is only just changing. I share the Chancellor of the Exchequer's vision for a Britain formed in the white heat of new technology, where if we all pull together and really work as one, in no more than 3 to 5 years, checks will be clearing in 3 days instead of 4. The economy will be transformed. So consumers, when you ask consumers what they want, as far as they're concerned, cards work fine, and so they don't want anything else. So if you go to consumers with something really new, I just want to show you a real example. That's me. That's not me. That was the taxi driver. But that was me paying with a Barclays Quick Tap MasterCard phone in a cab in Australia, and it worked fine. It all worked perfectly, no problem. But if you go to consumers and say, would you like to use, some fancy, clever mobile payments like this sort of thing, they're not bothered, basically. But then you're saying to consumers, here's something you've never heard of and have no idea how it would work and can't imagine any circumstances when you would use it. Would you like it? And they don't know what you're talking about. And then so people take this seriously, and I have no clue why. And so this is why you're in this kind of area, well, I don't think this stuff's going to take off. I think we're going to have to really rethink the whole mobile space. You're wrong. It's going to be huge. I just want to make a point. It's not just consumers who don't know what they're talking. Sorry, this is what happens when you dumb down from a Mac onto a PC. It ends up looking like a 3-year-old had had a go at PowerPoint. But this is from New Scientist, April 29th, 1984, from New Scientist magazine. The head of payments at Tesco saying he's yet to be convinced whether debit cards will take off. Of course, why would he know any more than consumers do in this space? And now debit cards, I don't even know, what are they, 75% of all transactions at Tesco. This is Paleo Future, is one of my very favourite websites. Paleo Future is about the future that never was. And it's funny to look at it, but it's also interesting to try and understand why the predictions were wrong. There's a real science to that. 1966, remote shopping will never take off because women like to get out of the house, which they do. I'm sure that's true. But they want to go out and do things other than shopping. And I just want to illustrate, everybody knows this very famous quote. There's no reason why anyone would want a computer in their home. So I just want to include that. But of course, Ken was picturing PDP 1110s. Why would you want a PDP 1110 in your living room? He wasn't thinking about iPads and such like. This is me buying something with iZettle. Right, so forget what people say. What do they actually use? Like, what is actually working? Right, my favourites, since, I'm the random sample, I'm the random representative cross-section of the population, so I've chosen for this. Starbucks works perfectly. What's Starbucks? It's prepaid, right? So you load money into your Starbucks wallet, you go and buy coffee with it, people love it, they have billions, their float is huge, it increases the spend, etc., etc. So that's a very good example. Right. Companion cards. I like companion cards. One of the favourite mechanisms in my house is the O2 Money card. The reason I like that is because the kids, we have one in the hallway, and the kids take it when they go around to the supermarket to get stuff, and when they buy stuff, it shows up on my phone straight away. Waitrose, I gave away some of my middle-class origin, so sorry about that. The kids say, it says Lidl, bargain horse meat, £2.22 on the phone, and of course if it pops up and says shady crack deal, £15, then I'll have a word with them when they get home, So, now remember, to consumers, those things are coupled. They don't understand how weak the link between the card and to the consumer. It's a tight coupling. It works very well. Payments are embedded. So here's an example, Halo, which is the favourite app on my iPhone at the moment. You press Halo, the cab comes, you go wherever you're going, you get out and walk off. You never see a payment. The payment is embedded inside the application. The phone does the boring stuff like take care of payments. You don't get involved. Pay tags, it was a long-running joke on the Tomorrow's Transaction blogs that stickers are the future. Here's the Barclaycard pay tag. There are hundreds of thousands of those out there already. It's not for me to talk about the transaction volumes. What I will say is the tag volumes are higher than the card volumes. And you understand why that is. It's because people have the card in their hand. They have the phone in their hand the whole time. with the tag on it. Payments that are convenient are getting traction. So here's me using my excellent British Airways American Express Air Miles card, by far the best rewards card available on the market in the UK today, to get on a bus in London. And those volumes are growing at 3% a day at the moment, those contactless taps on the buses. I agree with what was just said. In a way, phones are much more disruptive on the acquiring side than they are on the issuing side, because they transform the ability of businesses. That's Machine Guns Las Vegas, one of my very favourite small businesses. And here's our pub. And just to, Brett, you'll have to learn this sort of thing when you come over here. The pub is the benchmark. It's the prosaic benchmark of new payments acceptance. This is our pub. Our pub takes contactless. You can pay in there with mobile phones. Don't listen to the public. This stuff all works absolutely fine. And by the way, in our pub, the average basket size has gone up with the contactless transactions. So if you go and talk to our landlady, Kath, she'll tell you exactly what the benefits of moving to new payment technology are. What's my point? Smart payments are integrated payments, right? That's why we can have all of these different payment mechanisms, as Brett just mentioned. It's not going to come down to one or two. It's going to explode. There's going to be loads. And that's because your phone can handle hundreds of payment mechanisms. It's not like you opening up your wallet and fiddling about with a couple of stupid cards. Your phone can have hundreds of these. Why do I want it integrated? Ringo is one of my favourite applications. It's what I use to park at Woking Station. I drive to Woking Station, I park, I pay on the train using Ringo. It's a fantastic application. I got on the train, someone phoned me like I'm getting on the train. I'm in a car, I forget to pay. Why couldn't the phone say, look, you parked, you've just been in the car park, you didn't pay. Smart payments are integrated payments, right? So what we want out of payments is, there's a guy called Dean Bubley, first-class telecoms analyst. He has a stock saying, smart pipes, not dumb services. And that's what we need to move to in payments. What does a smart pipe mean in payments? It means digital identity and digital money in the pipe, not as services added on top, right? So we have to build these smarter pipes to feed these apps, not dumb services. So this is my London bus. I'm obsessed with London buses at the moment. This is the first London bus that had an engine in it. So you see what they've done. They've taken the horse off the front and put the engine on, and they haven't changed anything else about the bus. And that's what we have now. So when we take like the EMV application and try and shoehorn it and jam it into a mobile phone, that's us, right? We've taken the horse off and we've put an engine on. We haven't changed anything else. And you have to listen to me because I'm an expert. That's marketing. All right, thanks very much.